This is our What is Cooking segment right now, and this is where I asked you guys to actually just make some decks for me, and we're doing more goof this year, so we're just putting in more and more like goofy like ideas and whatnot. So, and I'm improving the thing as I go along, and there's gonna be some that's a bit more like tell me your story. There's a bit more like hey, build something with specific condition, or build something with specific mindset. This is one of those things whereby it's a like situation thing right now. The problem that I asked also is to build me a standard V premium or vintage deck. So any deck in Vanguard, standard V premium, vintage, so on and so forth. But every card art also must each have a fire in each card art. Two max entries per person. Because I thought that this was a little bit more easier in terms of like oh, it's a card art with fire from there, so that'd be easy to put together. Just make Dragon Empire. No. No. Turns out I end up only having like a total of three entries in here. So, and apparently even in Dragon Empire, which is known for Kagero, there's not a lot of fire in there. So which is an interesting like thing that you don't notice. I like the words for what is going on here. So yeah, straight up. So Archer back again for another week. Bro, this is not your episode, this is my episode. You're not running the thing, I'm running the thing, so okay, let's just get into it. So yeah, let's start off with it. So a lot of questions, elaborate fire, whatnot, element fire. So let's see. We will start with Archer's first one. So, and yes, he is coming in first because of the fact that for him, so it's quite easy to actually go into standard and just go straight into Shaman King, because Spirit of Fire, obviously. Now, I really made it specific. Yeah, it's a wiki bit, so it's a wiki bit. I won't take that away from you. You can proceed to take your bit whatsoever. So yeah, the prop is again there must be fire in the deck, in the card art. This counts because it does look like a fire, so it does count. I will take that. I actually will take that. You did ask about Eliza, and I would say that yes, this looks a bit like she's on fire, so I'll absolutely 100% take that. So the Spirit of Fire itself, so it's surrounded by fire, so yeah, that's good. I think most of these are all okay, so let's proceed to look at the deck itself. So Yo Asakura, Sunlight Yellow over trigger. Is that a reference to a video game? Or move? Or wait, isn't that a JoJo reference? Isn't that a Harmon ability? Is that a JoJo reference? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so fighter together Yo Asakura. So Oversoul ability is your attempt at it, so feels like it is, so feels like it is. But anyways, Oversoul. Once per turn, put a rear guard with Amidamaru in put a rear guard with Amidamaru in its card name for into your soul. Draw a card, and this unit gets a skill. All of your front row units get plus 5k until the end of the turn. There's a good reason why I fumbled up that part, because I used to play the old Shaman King game on the GBA, which is called Master of Spirits, I think. And then whenever you activate like one of the spirit ability, which in this case was you combine the spirits, and then you basically get a big sword attack, and the voice line that says from that line so is Amidamaru into the soul, into the antiquity. So it's hard for me to say the words Amidamaru and then not follow it up with in the soul. So it's like put a rear guard with Amidamaru in the soul and that's your oversoul right there. So that is essentially the whole entire shebang of the whole thing. So, but anyways, I digress. When you see the attacks, if your damage zone is 4 or more cards, color plus 1, this gives plus 1 critical until the end of that battle. So yeah, the whole entire right line focuses on just having just being able to put Amidamaru into the soul, and then you can activate the oversoul ability in order to get more power towards the front row. And of course the Vanguard also gets plus 1 critical too as well. You can also evolve it into the Spirit Assault Yo Asakura, which is basically like the top skill says it's only this card can only be ridden on with Grade 3 with Yo Asakura in this card name, which is similar to what you may have seen before with Vasquez or so. But this one just makes it so that you don't write this as the Ace Grade 3. you know, right, this is Ace Grade 3, this is the follow-up afterwards. So when you see this based on the Vanguard circle, this is plus 10k plus 1 critical until the end of the turn. Oversoul, put a Briga with Amidamaru in this card name into your soul, and until the end of the turn, all of your front row units get plus 10k when this unit will attack. It battles all of your opponent's units in a column, so it just does the Lanat thing as well, and just attack from there. The deck itself also is followed up with a lot of support cards also for your Asakura, especially Wooden Sword Ryu as well. So then you get to Energy Blast stand this unit. So sorry, Energy Blast, I mean Soul Blast. There's no Energy Blast in this thing. So yeah, everything else just falls around the effect. So that if you don't have a Vanguard with Wooden Sword Ryu, this card name, this will get plus 10k shield, so it's a 50k interceptor, essentially, or Guardian, if you see it that way. More of the grade 2s of the right line in this set, so just to fill out the fire step from there. I think the key card for this is actually Ana, actually, because of her ability to be able to restand your Vanguard by resting this unit in the back row center. So this is similar to B Heroes also, which is a bit apt considering what we're getting on Thursday on also, which is that this card is in the center back row, and instead of boosting, when the attack of your Vanguard with your Asakura's card name does not hit, then you can counter blast 1 and rest this unit. Choose one of your Vanguards and stand it, and then it gets unit plus -1 drive. Sorry, -1 drive until the end of the turn. So yeah, it's actually this is basically an ender, so to speak, because they got a PG to avoid losing, and then this card comes into play, and then you can just get a second Vanguard attack, and it gets -1 drive, so which means that you only get 1 drive out of it. So yeah, there's Amidamaru himself, which is the spirit. So it's got spirits, as remember, they don't have any criticals on them, so they can't do damage on their own. So during your turn, if you have Vanguard with your Asakura's card name, this gets plus 5k, and if the Vanguard is oversold this turn, this you get plus 1 critical. So this allows you to actually be able to attack with Amidamaru himself if you actually oversold before during that turn. But this is the only Amidamaru card, so you need to have 4 copies here. There's no other cards with Amidamaru in its name, even though you can put your triggers there, but in order to have the fire motif, so you got to have Heat Elemental Mark here as your front there, just to fix everything. Results of Hellacious Training, which is actually your plus 5k shield for your draw trigger. Eliza, Spirit of Fire. This is an order card that comes with it. Tatagara. So funny thing about the Shaman key right now is that the great ones will never ever have any fire background, so we cannot search. Wow, what a limitation. good editor they add in there, so because that just gives me a lot of insight here, so, and it really highlights the fact so that if you want to go with an element, you kind of cannot too as well, because of the fact also that the word fire, that visually there's no fire there, so it is hilarious also. But yeah, anyways, if you have a red card with Amidamaru in this card name, just like Vanguards with your Asakura in this card name, and this indicates plus 10k, at the end of the turn. If you don't have a red card with Amidamaru in this card name, choose a card with Amidamaru in this card name from your drop zone and call it the red card circle. So you need this order card in order to be able to fetch back your Amidamarus that you possibly will have soul blasted in order to oversoul once more. So yeah, and then of course, so lucky enough, so this if you make oversoul, retire all your opponent's regards, and then deal 1 damage if you manage to check it with old trigger. It does have the fire there, so yeah, it just goes to show just how just how like amazing card arts as it can be also. But the theme of fire is kind of non-existent, which highlights a little bit of a problem with like say a whole entire clan that is actually all about fire, but then they don't actually have a lot of fire there, so which is interesting also. When I made the prompt also, I was thinking, oh, everybody's just gonna come in with Dragon Empire decks also, because Dragon Empire there's gonna be a lot of fire there. Turns out no, not the case also. But we'll take a look at some of the other attempts too as well. Also forgot to mention on the listing also, on the first listing I made Shaman King that has no heals due to a lack of fire. Oh, it doesn't have any heals, does it? Yeah, it actually doesn't have any heals. You're right. It actually doesn't have any heals because there's no heal trigger that's actually on fire. So huge limitation also. Huge limitation on that part. So, but yeah, one more from Curse of Archer here as well, and he's running in with a the fire that burns it all. This is a V deck. Yeah, so this is a V premium deck. Okay, Ken, V premium deck. So let's see. And that is Nizari, which I remember was was restricted, wasn't he? Is he out of restriction? I don't know. Is he out of restriction? Is Nizari out of restrictions? I don't know. I got Nizari. We gotta bring the boy here, you know. Okay. Alright. So, anyways, X skill costs Soul Blast 3 grade 3s. Your opponent chooses a total of 6 cards from his or her hand and regards, and puts them into his or her drop zone. This gives us 10k to the end of the turn. So this is basically just to not only blow up your opponent's entire field, but also to blow up your opponent's entire hand. Pretty sure he's banned from premium, but not V premium also. Okay, yeah, maybe premium yes also. You might be right. V premium not so much also. So let's see how this goes through. Cruel Dragon. I haven't seen Cruel Dragon in a long time. I didn't know he got printed in V. But anyways, Cruel Dragon. During your turn in which your opponent's Vanguard was retired, this card can be normal called to your Vanguard circle if your Vanguard is grade 2 or less. Then when your Vanguard hits, when his attack hits a Vanguard, return this unit to your hand and soul charge 1. So okay. Alright. More flames. At the end of the battle, this attack, if your opponent's Vanguard was retired this turn, retire this unit. And draw a card. Right? When rolled upon, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards and retire. If you don't retire, draw a card. So Berserk Dragon. When plays Color Blast 1 and Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, retire it, and this unit's on your Vanguard circle, you get to draw a card. When this unit attacks a Vanguard with more Vanguards than your opponent, this unit gets plus 3k to the end of the turn. Buy Attack Dragon. Alright, when this unit attacks a Vanguard while boosted, Soul Blast 1, choose a column, retire all of your opponent's Vanguards in that column. At the beginning of your right phase, if your Vanguard's grade 1 is grade 1 or less, discard this card, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 card or monster, reveal it with your hand, shuffle your deck. This is the PR card, so that came with the they came in like 2023 throughout there. So yeah. Oh yes, Flame of Hope Armor. So yes, flame absolutely right on his finger there. So right on the button. This battle is boosted, gives us 3k. Then if your opponent's Vanguard is retired during your turn, retire this unit, draw a card, and counter charge 1. Yes, there's flames in here for Philanthrope Dragon. At the beginning of your main phase, if your opponent has no Vanguards, we call this card the Vanguard Circle. Combos 1, retire this unit, choose your opponent's Vanguards, and retire all of your opponent's Vanguards with the same grade as that unit. So yes, all in all, through and through, all on fire. So even the Regardless piece is on fire too as well. So sorry, not Regardless piece, the order card as well. Put a drop unit from your drop zone to the bottom of the deck. If you put a grade 3 card, you get to draw a card, which is actually pretty okay. You may discard this card for the cost as a heal trigger for the cost of calling G Guardian, but that's not relevant here. That's more pertinent for premium. But the other half of it is this is the 2024 release cards, the PR cards. So where you see is put on the Guardian Circle from hand, remove a heal trigger from hand or drop zone. This you get plus 10k at the end of the battle for each of your opponent's open Vanguard circles. If your opponent has 1 or less Vanguards. If your opponent has 1 or less open Vanguards, counter blast 1. Then choose one Vanguard plus 5k. So yep. Flame here, flame there, flame everywhere. Yes, flame. So all Kagero all have flames. So yes. Surprisingly for Dragon Empire deck, so there's a lack of exactly exactly what I pointed out. So which is when I saw that there's not a lot of people actually doing this prompt. So I didn't know that I didn't expect it to actually be a tough prompt, but it's tough because of the fact also that there's literally not a lot of flames in here. So which is something that is a bit weird. Dragon Empire has the discovery here is that Dragon Empire itself also does not have a lot of flames, which is so weird. It's absolutely just very weird. So yes, so eventually I decided to add on to the vintage namesake. So because of the bluish flame deck. So yeah, I added vintage in here. So because I wanted to see whether if with Percival will actually come back, Prominence Core, Prominence Flare, vintage. So just put him in there and see how that goes. So I was hoping. The main goal of this is Nizari the main Vanguard, and we try to proc cool to blind soul charge for grade 3s. So yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. And keeping everything to destruction 2 as well. So just makes it so that when you pop off the Soul Blast 3 for Nizari, you instead of getting a Vanguard, you get your opponent's whole entire hand essentially. That's the goal of it, and I saw it immediately. So once I called out destruction. So yeah, it makes all the sense in the world for that. So yeah, this is surprisingly fun and interesting. So not a deck I think we can build anymore in except for CFA so, but you know we don't have to bring CFA into it. So But yeah, so that essentially is the prompt here. So yeah. And if you're wondering, so hey, why do we put Jojo? Jojo is the dragon of the 4-5 flames. So yeah, there's no fire here. So not possible for there. So yeah, let's go into the last one. Today's prompt is actually gonna be a bit short. So yeah. There we go. So fire. And we got ourselves a extreme fight. So yeah, this is vintage. If only Leon was here, he would see his delicious Vortex Dragnewt here. So it's a Legion deck. Alright, so for anybody that's not aware, I feel like some people forgot about this prompt. So maybe. So yeah. So yeah, anyways, Vortex Dragnewt. For anybody that's not aware of what Legion does, what happens is that this is the Legion leader. And the first skill is the Legion ability, which allows you to search your deck for the specific unit's name, which is in this case Perdition Dragon, Whirlwind Dragon, and you get to put and by sending 4 cards from your drop zone back into your deck, you can search for the specific card name and you can perform Legion, which is basically take the Vanguard leader and then you take the what we call the Legion mate that you went to search for, which is Whirlwind Dragon, and you put it side by side together. So when those two are together in the Vanguard circle, that's actually them in Legion state, and then Legion state abilities can actually pop up from there. So so this is the Legion leader Vortex Dragnewt also, and it's one of Leon's personal favorites also because of the destruction and the theme behind Vortex Dragnewt. This is what Wilbur Dragon would have been if it wasn't Wilbur Dragon. This is Vortex Dragon, but now Vortex Dragnewt now. So yeah. Anyways, Card Blast 2 and choose a card with the same name as a unit on your Vanguard circle. From a unit Vanguard circle from your hand and discard it. By doing so, which in case you can choose a Whirlwind Dragon or you can use Vortex Dragnewt. Right, if this unit is in Legion, then you get to choose up to 2 of your opponent's grade 2 or less regards and retire them. Then your number cards in your opponent's damage zone is 4 or less. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, deal 1 damage, and during the damage check, all trigger effects are nullified. This ability cannot be used for the rest of that turn. So you just basically shoot 1, retire 2, and then you shoot 1. So the anime shows Kai doing 1, 2, 3, and it's basically just Kamen Rider Kabuto for him. So yeah, this Leon gets giddy about Vortex Dragnewt, so if you mention it to him next time. So yes, during main phase, your opponent's Vanguard is put to the drop zone. This game must 3k at a turn, which makes it so that it's 20k. So it becomes 23k, so it can hit most Persona Right decks too as well. So yeah, not Persona Right, Persona Blast decks as well. Cross Right decks, sorry. That's the word I was looking for. Cross Right decks. So yeah. Anyways, let's move on. So this one is Perdition Dragon Draconic Neo Flame. When this is placed on Vanguard circle, at the end of the turn, this unit gets Card Blast 1. This unit gets ability Card Blast 1. Your opponent's Vanguard in the same color as this unit is put to drop zone. You may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards in the same color as this unit and retire it. So it just basically allows you to remove the entire column. So you can spread out the destruction and destroy more with Card Blast 1. So yeah. Has flame in there. Where your Vanguard Legions, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards as they call this unit to retire it. So just more retiring it. This is Whirlwind Dragon, which is the Legion mate. So when this unit attacks, you have a Vanguard with Perdition its card name. This unit gets plus 3k to the end of that battle. So not only do you have the 23 going, on, you also have the another 3 on top of it, so it's a 26, which at the time hits the magic number of 11. So that's the way that it goes. The Harlem classic, a lot of flames there. Your PG is so PG, Perdition Dragon, Rapid Dragon. Flames there, I can see. Flame Whip that we can see here from Melanchor. So plus 1, during the main phase, where your opponent's Vanguard in the same column as this unit is put to drop zone. If a Vanguard Perdition is card name, you pay the cost. If you do, choose a card for your damage zone and turn it face up. So this is the old color charge before he got the color charge name. Okay, the top there is actually on fire, so I accept that. You must have fire there. Plus 3k at the end of the turn. Perdition Wyvern's the car. Fire, yep, fire all go around. So if your opponent does not have any regards, as call it the boost you get plus 3k at the end of the battle. Alright. Conroe, first Vanguard. Conroe will be your first Vanguard, so and there's fire on the axe, so yes, absolutely all okay. Fire there with your strength trigger, fire here, and fire here. So yeah, balanced triggers, surprisingly. So yeah. All in all, so and PG, thankfully you're able to get on fire, so this is actually good. Fire, but I think in terms of enjoyment, this is probably the best kind of fire. So man, if DOTA 2 actually does come up with like the Limit Break decks, so I hope they do bring it all the way up to the proper vintage, which is Legion, and I just want to go into Legion and I probably just play this. So yeah, I'll probably will just play this. So I just have a lot of fun there because Ultimate Riser, as far as Ultimate Riser is, so Ultimate Riser really didn't live up to a lot of the hype that I wanted out of it. So it's a little bit sad for the most part. But hey, you know, it is what it is. So, and this is actually pretty good, pretty okay. So right, so that's all the prompts that we have over here. It's a short voice quick segment that we have here today. But yeah, we're here every week, so we're gonna be having prompts every week. Just come to the Discord server and just have a bit of fun. So I think that with this, so it's yeah, it's enjoyment. So try your best. Is good. So yeah.